But right now, a man who's also trying to give your heart a break if you're fat and overworking it because of not being healthy, Mr. Bob Harper joining us on the phone. Good morning, Bob.
Big J, how's it going?
It's going well, and I'd like to tell you that I'm sure you will be very proud of me. I am Big J because I'm a lazy fat man, but in the past 2.5 months, I've dropped 60-plus pounds doing Ideal Protein, a big protein-based diet. And I know you're a big protein guy, and so I knew you'd be proud of me.
I'm really happy to hear that. So what's your starting weight?
Starting weight was like 260 to 275-ish. I can't really remember, but right now I'm just under 2, and I'm 6 feet tall. So I'm getting to the point where weight-wise, like the diet's taking it all off, and now I need to start working out and like toning up a little bit because now I just look disgusting. I look like skinny and disgusting. I'm sure you're used to seeing that with some of your clients.
I was about to say 260 pounds, that's little in my world.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's like that. Yeah, that was big for me, but you're used to dealing with some monsters. But I was reading your book yesterday. That's what we're talking about. The book is called The Skinny Rules, The Simple, Non-Negotiable Principles for Getting to Thin. And I think you hit the nail on the head. A lot of the things in the book are so simple, and we've heard them all a million times, but people only do them for a little bit, or they do one of them, or they don't combine. It's just this. Your book is just very simple. It's like, do these things and you will be skinny.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to write a book that just was simple yet non-negotiable. It's like just follow these 20 rules, and if you have 10 pounds or 250 pounds to lose, you're going to lose it. But you've just got to have a set of rules to live by.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, I mean, some of those rules, basics, drinking water, that's a big one. You need enough water. And something I didn't know, because with the Ideal Protein diet that I was on, it requires a ton of water, too, but I didn't understand why. I knew it kind of helped you stay full, but like you really explain in the book, like a lot of the reasons that people do these things. So, like the water thing, you explain the effect that water has on the body while dieting, so you understand that it's not just some weird little thing that your trainer's telling you. There's a reason for it.
I think that drinking water is hugely important because it helps you with your digestive system. It helps with your metabolism. It's going to help you feel fuller longer. And it's like if you drink a big glass of water before every single meal, you won't eat as much food, and that's always good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the thing is, you were a vegetarian. PETA voted you the sexiest male vegetarian of the year a while back, but now you're breaking from vegetarianism a little bit to eat some protein?
Not even a little bit. I had to break from it. It's like, I was for a long time, but I found that for me personally, it just my body was not responding in the gym with my performance, and then I started incorporating more animal protein, and I felt my strength build back up, and so it was something that I felt like my body needed.
I see. It's a big switch, I would guess, but I mean, you still believe in a very, very plant-based diet, right? You just think there's definitely a need for some animal proteins in there as well.
Yeah, there's one of my rules is that you should go meatless one day a week, and it's getting people in that routine of eating more vegetables. It's extremely important to get your vegetables in, especially if you're eating a high base protein diet, your body still needs that fiber, and it's like getting those vegetables in is going to help with that too.
They have a salad bar at the gay bar here in town, and they do meatless Mondays. So really, they're doing your rules already. A little meatless Mondays at the gay bar, salad bar. It's like they're essentially following your rules.
That's good. Well, I like that. I want everyone following my rules.
There you go. I would agree. And what's cool about, what are some of the other, why do you think people, here's a great thing. I'm a big roller coaster guy. My peak weight's 300, and my lowest weight since I was a little kid, like elementary school, is what I'm at right now, which is down, right around 200. But from 200 to 300, I seem to roller coaster up and down. Now that I'm down to 200, what do you think the biggest thing that causes people to screw up is? Especially with my diet. It was a well regiment, they give me my food, it's one of those very easy, you just follow the directions and it's going to work for you. Once I start weaning off of that, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, then you're going to gain it all back. What is the biggest problem there? Why is that such a pitfall for somebody when they lose the weight? Why do they gain so much of it back, and what can they do to avoid that?
People just get bored. They get bored with eating the same foods. They get bored with the routine of it, and they start to look for something different. It's like I love the fact that you've got these people that are making your own food, but you also need to learn how to make your food to help you, and so you're not feeling like you're relying on someone else to give you your food. You need to be able to know how to cook it, and that's why in my book, The Skinny Rules, I put like a bunch of really easy to make recipes, because I know how important it is for someone that is trying to lose weight to cook their own food.
Yeah, I gotta say that a huge thank you to you for that, because as I was reading the book, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, I totally understand what you're saying about, you know, a serving of fish being just such a great portion of protein, and like I understand that, but I'm thinking I'm getting sick of fish. I'm like, what do I do with it? And then luckily you're like, well, here's, you know, a gajillion recipes. Like, you've loaded the book up with like great, really easy ways to prepare some of these, you know, proteins that you're encouraging everybody to eat at every meal. That's one of your big things too. Protein at every meal.
Yeah, you got to have options, right? You got to find different foods that you like to eat, so you're not eating the same thing over and over and over again.
Yes. Yeah. What do you think on The Biggest Loser? When you're on there, you've been a trainer since 2004. It's in season 12. You won a lot. For one, why are you still on the show? Do you still love it, or is it just like you got to, you know, keep the name out there and make a few extra bucks on the book?
At the end of the day, I'm a trainer, and it's like I love it. I love the fact that I've been on that show since the beginning, and I really feel like, you know, I want to be able to see it all the way through. I love that every single season these new people come in and they don't know anything, and I get to show them the way, and it's very rewarding at the end when they've lost so much weight and they feel like their lives got transformed because of it, and I got to help do that.
I can imagine that, because like I've told you, with my weight fluctuations, I know how good it feels to feel healthy and in shape, and like you're getting your life under control, and you know, I know that feeling, and I can totally relate to that. But do you sometimes? There's sometimes I don't sympathize with fat people. Like you said, you know, even as a fat person, it's like, because you made it sound like they don't know these things. I think a lot of fat people know exactly what they should and shouldn't do, and just choose, like my producer here. He has done the opposite of me. I've lost like 100 pounds. He's gained 100 pounds since he started on the show. But the guy shows up here with like 6 donuts and a Monster Energy drink for breakfast every morning. It's like he knows that that's going to make him fat. It's his own fault.
Yeah, of course. I think that people just feel like until they are motivated to lose weight, no one is ever going to get them to do it. I've worked with overweight people for such a long time now, and it's like, you know, they've got to bring that energy to change before I can do anything. And it's like, you know, I could be their biggest cheerleader, but if they don't want to do it, and they're going to come in with their donuts and their big, you know, high-calorie drinks, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. And overweight is a very nice term. For some reason, they shun the term fatties, and I get in trouble sometimes for that. And overweight, I'm gonna supplement that term instead of any offensive terms.
But I will say this: I think that, like, you know, fatties, I think is a little derogatory. But I think that fat is like it's just the facts.
Yeah, exactly. It's science. It's like you are like I can grab my belly right now, Bob. What I'm holding in my hands, this is fat.
That's fat.
Exactly. It's just a fact. I'm not, you know, it's like I shouldn't be offended by that. It's like I can choose to use it however I want. I can leave it there, or I can turn it into to muscle by working out.
Exactly. And it sounds like you're well on your way. You're doing a good job.
Well, thank you very much. Somebody said on our text line here, they said, ask Bob what a lady can do to lose baby weight, and if that saggy belly will ever get toned again, or is it just stretched beyond repair?
I think that you can recover as much as you possibly can, but when the skin has been extended out that far, it becomes skin that will not be able to retract to the way that it used to be. It's like a woman after having a baby has to basically kind of redefine what she wants her body to look like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way. How sad is that I let myself go this bad? I'm just going to blame my mother because it makes it much easier for me mentally. But to be as fat as I was, like, I have like a pregnant woman's belly now. Like, if I lose a little bit more weight, like, I'm screwed. I didn't even get the pleasure of pushing a baby out of my private parts, but yet I still have the after effects And, like, it's just, if I ever try to get to bed with a woman, I'm just going to be a mess. I'm going to need to be like, I need to say Bob Harper endorses my belly. You know, like he supports what I've done.
We should put that tattoo on it. It's like Bob Harper endorsed.
Exactly. I love it. Well, Bob, we are out of time, but a lot of people are texting in going, what's the name of the book? So perfect. We got them hooked. They're going to go get it.
Good. I'm glad. Go out and get the Skinny Rules today.
The book is The Skinny Rules, the simple, non-negotiable principles for getting to thin. He's going to give you rules. They're easy. You lock them in, but you can't negotiate. You just do them all, and you're going to get skinny. That's how it works. Bob Harper from Biggest Loser, motivating people every day. You keep up the good work, Bob, and thanks for being on the show, man. Have a great one.
Thanks very much.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.